if I had to again take a position on it, I'm gonna take the brand name, which is Bitcoin. I'm going to assume that it's the wrong price for the possibilities that it has. And I'm going to assume that the path forward from here is north.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. It's another bullish day in the crypto market. I've got some big news to share with you. First, we are closely approaching 50,000 subscribers. So please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, the Bitcoin stock to flow model is on track to $100,000. Plan B, who's the creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, tweeted the following updated chart, and he stated the following: Bitcoin pausing before orange and yellow. What does he mean by that? Well, when you look at the historical patterns, right, the color indicators speak to the rising prices. And remember, it's market cycles, bull, bear, and accumulation phases. This is based on math, right? Every 4 years you have the halving, you have a cut in the supply, and we are seeing record-breaking demand from institutional investors. Just yesterday, what was the big news from the Wall Street Journal? MassMutual bought $100 million in Bitcoin. No one saw this coming. They're an insurance company, and now they're dabbling in crypto. So if the trend continues here, by next year, or at least the end of next year, we could see $100,000 Bitcoin. Now, is that a certainty? No. Is there a high probability of it's happening? Yes. I think for sure we can see new all-time highs. Bitcoin caps out at 60,000. I'm not going to complain, right? I'll be happy about that. And we know Bitcoin moves the rest of the market. The altcoins follows Bitcoin's lead. So we are on track based on the data and the trends and the math here, right? Not emotions, not hyperbole, but what is the data telling us? And we're seeing everything's on track here. And remember, guys, I've been talking about it, where in the last run up, right, you had your peaks and valleys on the way up. And I think we're forming a peak right here, and we're going to have a valley. That doesn't mean we're not going to keep going up, but market cycles, nothing goes up in a straight line. So I think we could drop back to 17,000, go to maybe 16,500, but then slingshot back up. So remember those peaks and valleys at like 3,000 and 5,000 in 2017, and they happened on the way up to 20,000. So keep that in mind, guys. This is why I look at the macro level charts, not the daily or weekly. What is the story the macro level chart is telling us? And that's how these big players are looking at it. Grayscale, MicroStrategy, and so on and so forth. Patience is very important. Now, there was a question that came in the comments. I actually saw multiple versions of it. People asking, hey, if MassMutual, MicroStrategy, and all these folks are buying millions in Bitcoin, why isn't the price going up? Well, it goes back to my initial comments. Market cycles, nothing goes up in a straight line. Also, they are not buying in a straight shot. They're not putting $400 million at one time and buying Bitcoin, because that will move the market ridiculously, right? But they are buying either OTC or they're buying in small increments. MicroStrategy actually said they didn't do it OTC. Coinbase helped them buy the Bitcoin, and they bought it in small increments at certain points, right? It's kind of strategically so they don't move the market. So you got to research, you got to read up, but that's what's happening. But market cycles, we will keep going up. We're going to have our peak and valley here and then go back up, right? Study the charts, guys. You'll see the patterns and you'll recognize them as they come. Here's an article, guys, from Bloomberg, which speaks to the trend of the institutional players. Here's the headline: the wealthy are jumping into Bitcoin as stigma around crypto fades. With Bitcoin surging more than 270% since March, the rich are ratcheting up investments in digital currencies and anticipating further gains. Wow, what a headline. And talk about capitulation, talk about the change in narrative, right? This is very interesting, guys. I don't need to go into the details. Well, I'll share some of it, just so you have an idea. So Christian Armbruster wishes he'd bought more. Yeah, don't we all? Armbruster, the founder of Blue Family Office, a London-based investment firm for wealthy clients, dabbled in cryptocurrencies a few years ago, but the one-time investment banker whose family made a fortune in metals and manufacturing believes cryptocurrencies have earned a place in a diversified portfolio. With Bitcoin surging more than 270% since its 12-month low in March, he's ratcheting up his investments in the space and eyeing big gains. Here's a quote. "We're now looking for trading opportunities in a very exciting field," said Armbruster, who manages about $670 million for Blue Family Office, including his personal wealth. So this is him. So as you can imagine, he's not the only one. All the family offices, the hedge fund managers, we've been seeing them. The millionaires and billionaires are going on CNBC and CNN talking about they're putting their position in Bitcoin, guys. So a big paradigm shift is happening, and even BlockFi CEO mentioned that, hey, outside of the institutional investors, just millennials and Gen Z, they're going to be more digitally focused. They don't care about gold, right? That's not to say some of them are not going to invest in gold, but the majority are going to be focused on cryptocurrencies and assets that are available digitally, right? So millennials will boost Bitcoin adoption for years to come. I'm not going to go too much into this because we've talked about this ad nauseum on this channel. But the shift, the change, it's happening, guys. It's happening. Binance's CEO, CZ, weighed in on the MassMutual news. He said, soon, companies buying $100 million of Bitcoin won't be news. Rather, companies that don't buy Bitcoin will become news, bad news for them. He's right, because of the inflation and the trend and how things are moving. If these companies don't put Bitcoin on their balance sheets, they could be in trouble, right? Because it's better they diversify. Don't put all their cash, obviously. They got to be risk averse, but don't put all the cash into Bitcoin, but some just to at least hold the wealth or grow it, right? I mean, the logic would tell you that. And even recently, there was a report where I forgot, it was a guy from Wall Street who said if hedge fund managers don't put crypto in their portfolio now, they could be fired, right? They could be at risk because things are changing very rapidly. Finally, India's banks are once more serving crypto traders and exchanges. India has been, oh my goodness, man, just back and forth, ban, no ban. It's been ridiculous. I don't know if the thinking of the government there, or some of the people, the Supreme Court, are just outdated. But also I think, with how big India is, I think if they're very worried that because they have so many people there, a large percentage of the population start using crypto, it will devalue their fiat. I don't know, right? But those are just thoughts that I'm thinking about. But it looks like things are going to move ahead, and of course, they better get on board, or they will become irrelevant. They will lose revenue, taxes, all kinds of stuff, because this asset class is growing, and there's companies starting around it. And there's going to be a lot of money flowing in this thing. And remember, it's global, it's 24/7, and it is not stopping. It's going to keep going up. And CBDCs are coming, and you guys know the whole ecosystem that's coming, the token economy, the digital economy, guys. So guys, what do you think about this news? Good to see the stock to flow is on track. And do you think we could be near $100,000 next year? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments below, or what's your max price for Bitcoin next year. Definitely leave them in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later.